very simply, we have to make happiness the North Star. We have to. Because the framework of all of us over the last 100 years is success, and even worse, things, you had to even debate it. Like, being unhappy is a bad idea. And if that unhappiness is predicated on because it's the business that's paying your bills, you need to figure out how to change your bills. Sell your fucking home. Like, downsize your car. Like, take one less vacation. Stop keeping up with the fucking Joneses. Twitter, what up? Hanging with Nora from Empathy Wines here in Ohio. We're chatting and we've decided that some of you are just still not past the finish line. And so Nora is ready to literally call you and explain to you why it's time to subscribe to Empathy Wines. Nora, that was really good.
I mean, I thrive off of bad comments. Like, do you just use any negativity to just keep fighting through?
Yeah, actually it's less of like that, it's just more of empathy. Like, that person doesn't have enough context to have a statement that matters enough. Both pro and con. It's the same reason that I don't get too high. It's the same reason that I'm not in some private room right now not talking to anybody. Like, the accolades feel the same way as the hate, so it just keeps it super balanced.
Got it. And
Too many people love the accolades but don't want to deal with the hate, which makes them, and then they keep buying into the accolades and they think they're somebody, which then means the hate drives them down even more. The more you are driven down by hate is the more that you read the press clippings of the good shit that you've been told. I just keep it right down the fucking middle. This is great stuff, huh, D-Rock? I'm like so pumped of D-Rock being this, like watching him film something just now on the phone and then watching him editing a 2009 video. Like, I'm literally at my happiest I've been in a long time.
I need your, I think, access to your Instagram.
What do you mean access?
Story. I think like that little clip right there on your story.
Yeah, do it.
Okay, or do you want me to just send it to you?
No, add my account to your phone and let's go. You should have every one of my social accounts. Like Snap too, for that matter.
And Twitter. For sure.
Let's go.
So when I was in Hong Kong, it really struck me. This woman came up to me and said, I appreciate everything you've done, you changed my life. I was seriously depressed. But I have to tell you, I watched one Garyvee video and it saved my life. And I said, oh, what did
Which one was it?
And she said, and it really resonated with me because it's what you say and how you say it. It was simply, if you're depressed, no one fucking cares. Do something about it, right? It's you, but
it's the hardest message. You know, the reason 25% of people don't like me on first impact or have to go through. How many people here when they first consumed me didn't like me? Raise it high. Raise it high, it's fine. I just want to give the context. One more time, I just want to say it. Yeah, like it makes sense because when you're willing to go somewhere at your own expense in the short term, but you know it's right, we all have that. I have my same versions. We all have a button. We all, and so it makes sense to me, and I don't like it. Like I could be more popular, have more fun, but it makes sense to me because there's a lot of truth. I mean, especially in the climate we live in, America today, it's not fun to say things like nobody cares because we're trying to figure out how to collectively care, but the reality is, if you believe that somebody else is in charge, you're already in trouble. You're gonna be in a bad place. Doesn't mean that there isn't racism, doesn't mean that if you have a fucked up mom, you're gonna have some stuff. Doesn't mean that there isn't gender issues. It doesn't mean there isn't problems, but if that's your framework, you know? Look, I think people have heard me say this. I think the person that's the most fucked on earth is a trust fund baby. Number one person I'm grateful that I didn't pop out of the womb as was somebody who came into $500 million in a trust fund from parents that had made it, because you've lost to society before you've started. But the one that I think we're gonna evolve into is mental privilege. If you're born with the mental capacity to be happy or have the right perspective on life or understand half glass full, like, that's why people that look like they shouldn't win all the time. Their privilege was mentality and perspective. And so I'm spending a lot of time thinking about that.
Yeah, mindset.
But you can't see that. We can all look at each other and see what everybody looks like here. I have no idea if you're grounded as fuck like I am behind your facade. That's the ultimate fucking privilege. And then sit down?
Yeah.
Hello, hello.
For me and for the audience, because I know for a lot of people out here, they have amazing stories to share, but sometimes it's really hard to share their most vulnerable things in life. And I was just wondering if you can give me a tip to overcome that fear.
The acknowledgement of it. I think the thing that I've come to realize in the last 4 to 5 years as it's become a bigger theme is everybody's biggest fearful secret right this second is the jail of their happiness. 100%. You know, but a lot of people don't even realize that's happening. They think that's protecting them. And so this becomes a monster game of judgment. A monster game of judgment. And you know, I don't have a tip. What I'm trying to do is bring awareness to it, right? Like, if you study how we've eliminated stigmas in our society, it's by bringing awareness to it. And that's what I think a lot about when I hear that question. You know, when I'm with the closest people, or if it's one-on-one, I just always ask them like, what? And usually it's only 4 to 5 people that they're worried about. Like, they don't love the judgment of Sally Pants 89. They really don't like the judgment of friends and acquaintances. But the reality is, the reason they're not sharing their deepest shit is it usually involves a core 5 person in their life.
Yeah, I think for me, the hardest part is, you know, I have a massive scar, and a lot of people sometimes worry what they think. And me being very fit when I was, you know, back in the day, sometimes it's very hard to share some of that, you know, share my actual part of me now.
You know what I think about this? Do you remember like in high school when you had a zit? Like, you thought about that shit heavy. The reality is nobody gave a fuck because they had their own fucking zit. And that's how I think about all this shit. Like, I think people would be flabbergasted by how nobody really gives a fuck. What makes it super easy for me with all the, you know, attention I have is ultimately, I know you don't give a fuck. You can't, it's not your fault. You have to worry about yourself. We watch some of the most iconic people. Look at the society we live in now. Iconic people that have brought so much value in whatever they do, pass away, they trend on Twitter for 4 hours, they get a little love maybe on an Instagram post, and the next day everybody moves on with their life. That's liberating. Nobody gives a fuck about the scar on your stomach, bro. Because we have our own scars in different ways. That's my answer to why it's so easy. You're welcome. Nice to meet you too.
Hey Gary, I just want to say thank you.
Thanks for standing up.
Oh, thanks, brother.
Yeah, brother.
Thank you. I did it more for everybody else, man.
Awesome.
You know, I'm starting to share it. Thank you, brother.
Keep pushing.
I will, dude.
Thank you,
You're gonna see me on stage someday.
I believe it.
Promise you.
I believe it already.
Hey, man.
So you seem like a very blunt and honest person, so I'll be honest with you. I didn't even know who you were until a few hours ago.
Makes sense.
So I probably don't have the same amount of healthy fear and respect that everyone else here does.
Understood.
But so through a recent, like a lot of life plot twists with my graduating recently, I'm just having trouble figuring out what it is I actually want to do. And I recently figured out I'm good at sales and making having genuine connections and conversations with people.
Do you like it?
I do. I like,
It's great.
you know,
I mean, if you're lucky enough, like, there is no greater gift than liking and being good. Like, liking something and being good at it is like that's how I have my life. Like, that's a great, like, literally, like, that's the Holy Grail.
Yeah.
I think the thing that you need to do as this young of an age is not overthink it. Go all in, and then if you wake up in 36 months and say, I don't like it, like,
Go all in with
sales.
Okay.
Like, if you intuitively are in a place with that answer of like, I like it and I'm good at it, you should go all in.
So just find something that I can actually get behind and believe in then.
You mean selling wise?
Yeah.
100%. Listen to me, take less money selling something you believe in, because you're so fucking young and time is your friend.
Okay.
Kids don't feel that way because they want to prove it, I get it. But it's the truth.
I was about to go the conventional route, something in the healthcare field.
Here's why, that will always be there for you. You can do that in 4 years and still be young as fuck. But right now, go sell fucking the thing that you fucking are most on fire about. Because then you're into what you're selling, into selling and fucking like it, now you can really get ridiculous results. You're welcome.
I do have a question.
Please.
Because I know I have a story to tell, and I just wanted to know how would somebody like myself get into that business motivational speaking?
Here's what I would say. Don't go on the stage until you're ready for everything. And the only way you're fully ready for everything is when you share everything on your terms. My advice is that 1 or 2 things that aren't out there, you get ahead of them. Players Tribune, your own video, a mini doc, own it. So that, because once you get out there, you'll do well. You fucking got here. It's a very intriguing story for a lot of people in culture. What I don't want is for, as that's building and it's working and it becomes a real thing for you, that there is 1 or 2 things that you haven't gotten to, and then you always know that that's out, you know? And you see,
come up,
and
yeah.
no, it will come up. Or because you don't want it to come up, you suppress your upside. If you've gotten to a place where you're putting it in the right context, that's a universal story for everybody around everything. The death of a parent, a business failing public, like your story is universally important. And if you're one that's on the other side of it and is taking control of it, you have a lot of value to bring. And then the fact that it's so star powery versus like just a gal whose business went out of business when it looked like she was building a big business, that's just not gonna capture hundreds of thousands of people. You have the luxury of, it will capture millions of people. So I would say get your shit right up here, and then the second you feel like you're ready, like, you know what I did? I basically made pretend what question can be asked that would most make me feel awkward on stage, and once that answer was nothing, I fucking went crazy. I'm rooting for you, Greg. Feel free to reach out.
Do you find it possible to be able to have multiple streams, or do you have to find a niche in a sector?
I think multiple works,
Okay.
especially if it's true to that
Because
person.
everything I've been telling, because it's true to me, but everything I tell you is like, you got to find your mark, you got to go, and that's like, it's not me. I love everything. I could literally tip.
I love everything. Me too.
And you're fucking killing it. You inspire, so I appreciate that. But that's it. I just wanted to know if that was, if you saw that possible in this market.
Different people do different things, and different things work for different people. Like,
Gotcha.
it's people too often give advice that is too literal to them without taking it to the higher level. Like for me, you know, it's like the content question, it's about self-awareness. Video worked for me because I ended up being good at it. I didn't know that until I started doing it.
We're growing super fast. We had 3 people move in a block down that are doing exactly what we're doing because they're liking our model.
Okay.
What's my first move?
Real quick.
3, 2, 1.
Your first move is to spend no time worrying about them and quadrupling down on your customer and getting in deeper with them so they don't leave, and then refocusing on getting more. That's not something you can control.
Yeah, totally.
The end. I had 6 liquor stores open up around me as we were exploding. I spent 0 days on that. The number 1 rule when somebody surrounds you is to pay attention 0 to them. Just the customer. You're welcome. That's the framework of my life.
Right.
I have like 13, 17, 29 principles. You know what's amazing? TikTok and LinkedIn and WhatsApp are the biggest thing I talked about with my team today. Not a peep about that shit 6 months ago.
Crazy.
That's what's so great about like what I think I've got. I've got a foundational capability and concept that is completely predicated on a moving target.
Right.
I want to be the best in the world at observing where attention is and at executing on it. Good news, Gary. Attention will move until the day you die. Thinking about saying fuck less and changing it to duck, since my fucking keyboard always auto-corrects it. Is that the right way? That's 100, Jen. That's right, fuck yeah, Jason. Let's go, Lenny. Facts, Jeff. You're filming this? Beautiful. I'm so fucking tired of people being confused that it's me actually engaging with you that I've now converted to voice on the text messaging platform. No confusion. This isn't Jason typing. This isn't Andy or D-Rock typing. It's me, motherfucker. It's me. Yo, I want to get on stage. Can you wrap this up?
TikTok live during your keynote?
I had 2 people on. I went live earlier, 2 people after like 5 minutes. It was like such a good feeling. I was like, this is the fucking dirt. This is the dirt. This is what you should have seen my face. I was like this, right? Yo,
What are you doing?
D-Rock,
Chris on Monday.
put in a thread. I want to find a filter that makes me look like a baby, and I'm gonna post it. I want an image. Is that Snapchat's got a baby one?
Yeah, baby V.
Where is it? Like,
You had it, remember?
yeah, guys, I need it right away. Like, get in the thread. Like, I need a baby ASAP. I got it.
I need that clip. That's the clip I need. That's the clip.
That's your life, right?
That's the life. Where's the clip on the card?